the hope that our children will follow. Now is the time to believe.
We can be the way the world should be. We can shine our light for the world to see. Fiji, ever Fiji, let our voices ring with pride. For Fiji, ever Fiji, her name is far and wide, the land of freedom, hope and glory, to undo whatever befalls. May God bless Fiji
में शांति बहाते चलो.
People everywhere in the islands of Fiji come together under God as one in unity.
Yes, we'll begin to build a bridge that takes us to uniting this land. We'll share a smile and help a friend in need. Reach out, come on, come take my hand. We'll fly our flag of freedom, hope and unity.
We'll hold our heads up high. We are proud
with Britishes.
Yeah. Judo, sailing, swimming, and then in the room. I mean, for the ones that I need to spotlight it, because athletics and rugby is in the room there. With,
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. $9 minutes out. You want me to drop them into?
You talking to Nike? What is it?
Then you want me to drop them
So the others, can they be watching this? In the breakout? Yeah, so they were supposed to be given the celebration. I mean,
yeah, I see Monsoon. He needs to turn the video. The other way.
Oh, Fiji, ever Fiji, land of the Fijian great. Oh, Fiji, ever Fiji, oh, the sweetest of names. I love this island, I live forevermore. My paradise, my homeland. I love this island, I do forevermore. My paradise, my homeland.
We're from the Isles all the way from Fiji. The FMF, like Fijians. That's what we are. We're proud. FMF, like Fijians.
God Almighty above. Nanumi we.
If you go like this,
Let's this land with freedom.
how's that now? Is it better? This just, this was supposed to be roving, but it's not roving anymore. It's on a time.
we need someone to control it.
For I can do
Only have
all things through Christ, who gives me the strength I will need.
my key to cut out audio. I think it's sitting into the.
Oh, Fiji, ever Fiji, land of the Fijian great. Oh, Fiji, ever Fiji, oh, the sweetest of names. I love this island, I do forevermore. My paradise, my homeland. I love this island, I do forevermore. My paradise, my homeland.
We're from the Isles all the way from Fiji. The FMF, like Fijians. That's what we are. We're proud. FMF, like Fijians. We're from the Isles all the way from Fiji. The FMF, like Fijians. That's what we are. We're proud. FMF, like Fijians. We're from the Isles all the way from Fiji. The FMF, like Fijians. That's what we are. We're proud. FMF, like Fijians. Mai Viti, Tosa Mai, Raina, Raina Batua Lalo Kanu Matano Tong. Meki Angia, Basu Basu Raka, Basu Basu Laka. Dai Babo, Dai Babo.
Cada mundo gui bakande na tumbu erambu no eke ena pangi bati kona na ya longu nukila non rambu
All the way from Fiji, the FLF, like Fijians. That's what we are, we're proud. FLF, like Fijians.
God Almighty above, Nanumi Viti and I.
Bless this land with freedom, hope, peace and love.
All the way from Fiji, the FLF, like Fijians. That's what we are, we're proud. FLF, like Fijians. We're from the Isles all the way from Fiji, the FLF, like Fijians. That's what we are, we're proud. FLF, like Fijians. We're from the Isles all the way from Fiji, the FLF, like Fijians. That's what we are, we're proud. FLF, like Fijians.
and our warriors of Oceania, our athletes, what they have undertaken to participate in the pinnacle celebration of sport. We see creativity, innovation, we see courage, and we see excellence. In times of crisis, the world needs inspiration and also hope. The Olympic Games and every athlete offer us these. The Team Fiji journey is one such remarkable story today. I take this time to welcome everyone joining us this evening as we share in the Tokyo 2020 Team Fiji Assembly. To our IOC family, the ONOC family, the Fiji Association of Sport and National Olympic Committee, their President, Mrs. Makarita Lenoa, their Secretary General, Ms. Lorraine Ma, to members of the Executive Board also joining us from Suva, to those heads of our national federations that are participating in this year's Games, members of the media who are joining us as well online. And I also take this time to acknowledge and welcome Fiji's ambassador to Japan, His Excellency Mr. Isikeli Mataitonga, and staff of the Embassy of Fiji in Japan who are with Team Fiji in Oita. I say vinaka bakalevu and thank you for joining us and for your patience as we were setting up the technical elements of our broadcast today. I also take this time to welcome family members of every athlete joining us from Fiji and also from the different parts of the world. Given that the spirit of sport is fair play, friendship, excellence, and respect, and given these are things we need reminding of, given our current COVID-19 pandemic in Fiji, I invite us to be upstanding and recognize a moment of silence to honor those back at home in Fiji, those who have been affected, and those who need our prayers and support with the situation of the pandemic back home. And as we transition into the national anthem of our country, of our home Fiji, may we be reminded of our strength in God and that our love for each other. Please be upstanding now for the national anthem of Fiji. Thank you, and I invite you to now take your seats. In ordinary times, every Team Fiji outing has been preceded by our cultural protocol of the Itatau, where Team Fiji presents its announcement of departure to the highest office in the land, to the office of the President, and to receiving His Excellency's blessings on behalf of the people of Fiji. Today, this is brought to you virtually in a pre-recorded message from the President of the Republic of Fiji, His Excellency Major-General retired Jioji Konusi Konrote. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President.
Mr. Patrick Bauer, Chef de Mission, the members of Team Fiji, including all of athletes, coaches, managers, and technical officials. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor, although perhaps a somewhat bittersweet moment, to speak to you virtually on behalf of government and the people of Fiji. I say bittersweet because the current pandemic does not allow us to meet at the State House for the Fijian traditional Itatau ceremony. That is what I would prefer and what you deserve. And I want to assure you that I will see you at the State House when this pandemic is over. Now let me first offer my personal congratulations to each one of you for being selected to your respective teams to represent our country, Fiji. It is more than an honor to be selected. It is a recognition of the highest standard of performance you have achieved through hard work and dedication. Our men's sevens team has set a high standard as the Rio Olympics gold medalists. And of course, that medal represents thousands of hours of training, study, and preparation. Followers of rugby around the world have always expected a great deal from Fijian teams, and for good reason. We are very good, but now they expect even more. And I think we also expect more of ourselves. Now that combination, high standards, high expectations, and hard work, produces excellence, and excellence produces champions. In less than 2 weeks from now, you will become the second Fijian Sevens rugby team to represent our nation in the Olympic Games. We are a small nation, but the world will be watching us to see if we can repeat. But win or lose, they will see us play championship rugby. I understand, as you do, that every season is different. Every Olympic Games is different. You'll be playing in the most elite competition in the world against the best teams, where there is no margin for error and where even the first and the last place teams will be fairly and evenly matched. All eyes will be on Fiji, but as your eyes, minds and hearts need to be focused completely on the match before you. Now take them one at a time and do your best in Tokyo and be exemplary ambassadors for our country, both on and off the field. No one knows better than you that one aspect of competitive sports, and that is there will always be just one winner. You have sacrificed so much to earn a spot in our national team. You have that winner mentality, the Fiji can-do spirit, or you would not be here. So, should you be the one standing on the medal platform, I encourage you to accept your award with humility. However, if despite doing your utmost best, you find yourself on the losing end, I encourage you to accept defeat with dignity. Either way, should you win or lose, if you have left everything on the pitch, if you have given your best, you will be champions and national heroes. You will have represented your country well and lived the real spirit of the Games. Ultimately, the underlying principle of the Olympic Games is not only to promote competition at the highest level possible, but also to promote goodwill, friendship, and peace among women and men from different parts of the world. And that is a noble calling. For the current Team Fiji, I'm aware that the road to Tokyo has been long and full of twists and turns. First, the Games were called off because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and then they were rescheduled for this year. I understand that your preparations intensified, and again, in the past few months, when you were required to train within your bubble. I imagine that came with its own share of challenges, as you were unable to play friendly matches with other teams, which is normally a very important element of the selection process. Even though the country is fighting to control a new outbreak of the coronavirus, Team Fiji's participation in the Olympic Games is a much needed boost for Fiji. The country stands behind you all the way. In saying this, I wish to acknowledge and commend the administrative and technical staff, and especially your coaches, who have worked tirelessly and equally hard in preparing you. I would also like to pay tribute to all athletes and officials who have represented the country in the past, Olympics and Paralympic Games, particularly the Olympic gold medal winning Fiji men's rugby sevens team. They are part of a grand and honorable athletics tradition in Fiji, and they share in your success. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to congratulate the Fiji Rugby Union, the FRU, and the Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee, FASANOC, for tirelessly working to ensure that Fiji is represented at the Tokyo Olympics and for taking Fiji rugby to the rest of the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I again encourage you to perform to the best of your ability and to continue to show the world the rugby skills that Fiji is known for, rugby skills that match or exceeded those of any nation in the world, no matter how large, how rich, or how powerful. In the end, the only power that really matters is in the heart, and we Fijians have the heart to bring home that gold. We shall pray for you and seek divine guidance and strength so you may have a bountiful and safe mission. May Almighty God continue to bless each one of you and our beloved nation Fiji. Nawalevu, Bahut Dhanyavad, Sukriya, and thank you. So pray for you and seek divine guidance and strength so you may have a bountiful and safe mission. Almighty God continue to bless each one of you and our beloved nation Fiji. Bahut Dhanyavad, Sukriya.
The President of Fiji, His Excellency Major-General retired Jioji Konusi, with his message to Team Fiji as part of our proceedings this evening for Team Fiji's assembly. If you're just joining us, we welcome you to our assembly. This is a private broadcast. We are linking up through different locations. Our team in Oita, where our athletics team, our table tennis team, and also our rugby sevens team, both the women's and the men's teams are joining us live. And joining us from their team bases are our judo team, also our swimming team, and our sailing team from the sailing village here in Tokyo. I also take this time to welcome and acknowledge the leaders of the Oita Prefecture who have made this pre-games training camp possible. We thank you for your presence this evening. And as part of the proceedings, we will also acknowledge you and thank you as Team Fiji wraps up its team camp in Oita. One of the most important roles at every games is that of the chef de mission, or in short, the CDM, who's tasked to lead the contingent to the Olympic Games, but also is tasked to see the welfare of every athlete. I have the great pleasure now in inviting a seasoned chef de mission, Mr. Patrick Bauer, to acknowledge the statement by His Excellency the President and to also address us. Mr. Bauer joins us live from the Olympic Village in Tokyo. Mr. Bauer.
On behalf of Team Fiji and FASANOC's President, Mrs. Makareta Lenore, and its Chief Executive Officer, Lorraine Ma, to thank the many who have made this special journey to Tokyo and particularly Oita tonight possible, particularly those who have been part of the special event this evening, to make this time possible where we can speak to Fiji and our families and the communities abroad. Firstly, I'd like to thank the President of the Republic of Fiji, His Excellency Major-General retired Jioji Konusi Konrote, for the challenges you have presented to our athletes and officials and the encouragement on behalf of the people of Fiji. It means much to us. Also noted is the tremendous support given by government, particularly through the Fiji National Sports Commission, the Ministry of Sports, and the Ministry of Health, with their ongoing testing programs and allowing our teams to cross borders to fly to Japan and to be given the opportunity to return home after the Olympics. To Ambassador of Fiji to Japan, Mr. Sikeli Mataitonga, and we acknowledge your First Secretary, Clara Savu. We say thank you to you for your part in making the effort to be in Oita in person with our team tonight. You have no idea how much your ongoing support from your office in Tokyo has meant to the Fiji people and to us who have come for the Olympic Games. Finally, our hearty thanks to our hosts in Oita. We thank God for your amazing spirit of hospitality. You went out of your way to ensure that our teams finally arrived and remained safe in Oita. To Mr. Masaaki Miyoshi-san, Bureau Director, Olympics and Paralympics Promotion Bureau, and Murata Jun-san and his wonderful team at the Rembrandt Hotel, our gratitude is also extended to you both. The kindness shown by all is certainly a reminder that we are all in this journey together, with all of us in Japan and those back at home and abroad. Amidst the difficulties we have faced with the COVID-19 issues, your support and the sacrifices made by the Team Fiji members will be remembered always. May God bless and guide and stand beside us all for the future journey.
And there, beside him, Mr. Wayne O'Connor, who's the part of Team Fiji's management. They are here in Tokyo at the Olympic Village, setting up for Team Fiji's arrival beginning next week ahead of the opening ceremony on the 23rd of July, next Friday. Thank you very much, Mr. Bauer, for your remarks. Our country in the global sporting arena is nothing without its athletes. In the Olympic movement, the athlete is celebrated and is consistently positioned at the center stage of everything, whether it's at the Olympic Games or any forum or platform in a non-games year. Without athletes, we have no games, no tangible form of excellence, no inspiration, no reason to celebrate human life and physicality. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the greatest of pleasure to introduce to you Team Fiji. And I'm going to cross back to Oita with Team Fiji's press attaché and also head of sponsorship and marketing, Mr. Ritesh Ratiram, will do the honors and facilitate the introduction of Team Fiji. Thank you, Ritesh.
Represented by Coach and Section Manager Waldo. And athlete Balula Konusi. The judo team is based in Japan and they will be training Team Fiji in the Olympic Village on the 24th of July. Coach Takashi Kawasaki and their online today. And athlete Nilda Takayawa. Sailing Village, we have two athletes, one athlete and a section manager who traveled into the sailing village yesterday. The team manager and section and coach is John Morgan, and the athletes. Sorry, I don't know whether to read this. Also meeting the team, Your Excellency, is table tennis. Sally, the athlete, will be coached by Andra. Maybe 16 Sally was the youngest member of the team, and now she's made ready to Sophia. Also meeting the team, Your Excellency, is table tennis. Sally, the athlete, will be coached by Andra. This way to the Maybe 16 Sally was the team, and now she's made ready to Sophia. And now introducing the women's team, I'd like to call upon manager Andivella to introduce the team. Introducing the women's team, I'd like to call Andivella to introduce the team.
Alois Nakoni. Ana Daimasi. South. Actually, everyone Assistant Captain Rewind, Indiana Rewind. And our captain, and she made a debut for 7th in 2007. She is the last Olympic. Captain Rewind, Indiana Rewind. Sorry for the management, introduce you the head coach, seriously. Assistant coaches, Timothy Malwana. Strength and conditioning coach, Jioji Konusi Konrote.
Wow.
And the final member of the Fijian team, and now we introduce the men's team. Please welcome manager.
Your Excellency, representing Fiji National Service Team. Starting from the captain, the veteran himself, Mr. Jioji Konusi.
Let's start from my far right. Kabutini Tamu. Untuk leader lagi. Untuk isi Mr. Frederick Soko. Aminia Siti Mama. Joseph Atalhomo. Sireli Mangala. Yosefo Masikau Palewili. Aseli Ribuana. Sireli Mangala. Semi Rana. I hope that I finish with the players. Our head coach is Mr. Gareth Vega. Assistant coach Mr. Brad Harris. Strength and conditioning coach Mr. Nalani Kawaniko. Manager, Medicine of Fiji Rugby Union, physiotherapist William. Assistant physiotherapist Saki.
Thank you so much, Excellency High Commissioner.
Thank you, Manager. Your Excellency, making up Team Fiji also is a medical team, and we're joined here by Dr. Nasone. We have a physiotherapist, Consultant Apara, who is in the city. You would have seen our mission in the village as the gentleman and finally, bringing up the numbers is okay, thank you.
And there you have it. That's members of Team Fiji there. We do apologize for the slight challenge there with our technical setup. So we will try and bring you the list again, and I will present that to you as we go towards the end of the program. Again, thank you, Ritesh, and thank you to the officials of Team Fiji who are joining us live from Oita. And again, our apologies for the technical challenge there with bringing you the proper a link with the introduction of our Team Fiji members. And again, as I mentioned, I will try and bring you that full list as we wrap up the program and the assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, in our program, as mentioned, we are delighted to have with us in Oita the ambassador, Fiji's ambassador to Japan, His Excellency Isekele Mataitonga. And we are now going to invite him to affirm our team as they prepare to march into the Olympic Village next week, and also as part of his affirmation to dedicate Team Fiji with a prayer. So I'll cross back to Oita and I'll invite Mr. Mataitonga forward to affirm the team and also offer the dedication prayer. Thank you, sir.
Taken aback because I've never done information in my life. And I'm a very senior lawyer, so I should know what information is. It appears very limited. It is 1 minute to express how directed I am to be reviewed this evening. I am obviously a prisoner in this association for this to be very I really ask you, please step up there. Whatever sport you did with the research in Fiji, give it your level best. And that's the best information you can give. God bless each of you. Let's bow down in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, our Lord and Savior, thank you for this occasion. It is not by accident that we are gathered here at this moment in time in history. For your word says there's nothing that takes place in the affairs of man, takes place outside the purview of divine vision. And for that, we are truly thankful. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge that from you, Lord, everything I created. Your word says in Psalm 25 that everything on the earth is created by you. We acknowledge that. Each of these athletes that will step out in the coming days and weeks, for and on behalf of the people of Fiji, are your creation. I pray, Father God, in Jesus' name, that you would strengthen them. Bless them individually, and bless them as a team as they go forward. Father God, and give them the opportunity to play to their best and even beyond. There are many things, Lord, that are in our mind that we would like to mention in this prayer tonight, but the most important thing about it is that we are looking at you in the author and the finisher of our faith to take us through, take each one of them through these interesting challenges that they will face. Not only to bring us the glory to what they have done in the sports that they will be representing our country for, but to bring peace and also bring happiness in the life that many people in Fiji will be looking to and watching the games as they progress. Father, thank you for the opportunity of bringing them here and for giving me as the ambassador the strength and in fact the management skills to be able to negotiate the contracts that will allow them to bring them from all the way from Fiji at cost with the Oita city. For that, I want to acknowledge you, Lord Jesus, for your leadership. Father God, I thank you for the life of each one of our here today. And as they go forth to play their sports, and they play with humility, they play with the divine guidance that you are looking at them and before them, and that you will be there, Lord, and lead them. Precious Lord Jesus, thank you for the presence of the Holy Spirit with us tonight. We acknowledge you, Lord. Thank you again for all that you are doing and are going to do more in the days ahead. We come to you in prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. So,
to Japan for your words of affirmation and your dedication prayer. And again, for those joining us on the live stream, we apologize for the disruption in sound there. We seem to have some connectivity issues, but again, we're grateful that the prayer, really the main part of our program this evening, was heard loud and clear. So thank you again, sir, for your time, for facilitating this pre-games training camp for Team Fiji. And again, for you and your team, the hard work behind setting this up with our officials at Fasanok, and again, for your presence today by making time to joining the team in Oita. So thank you again for your words of affirmation and also for your dedication prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, the final part of our program this evening will be an acknowledgement to the Oita Prefecture, whose partnership allowed Team Fiji to be able to conduct this pre-games training camp before marching into the Olympic Village next week. So it gives me great pleasure now to invite the president of Fasanok, Mrs. Margarita Lenore, forward to present some gifts to the officials of the Oita Prefecture. And I'm going to cross back to Ritesh in Oita, who will facilitate this gift exchange. And again, I do apologize for the disruption in the audio. We hope you're enjoying the vision otherwise coming through live there in Oita. So thank you, Ritesh.
The values have been accepted now, yes?
Acceptable.
And in expressive of our overall positive experience here at the city, I'd like to now call to the stage Mrs. Menard, who says, traditional justice. And in expressive I'd like to call Ms. Leonard to say a few words before we do the presentation. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor Shisiam, Murad Hassan, and the exceptional OITA team. Our stay here since we arrived last week has been overwhelming. The spirit of the way you do what you do has touched each and every one of us. We are overwhelmed with your generosity, with your kindness, and with your sincerity to really care for each and everyone, athletes and officials alike. For this, we thank you very, very much. And may I also take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the Ambassador, Mr. Iskeke, and also the First Secretary. Through their help, it has made things so easy for Fasanov and Team Fiji to communicate with you. I know that at times it had been very challenging, but with the assistance from the mission, Fiji mission here in Togo, we are indeed grateful that the partnership that you share, Team Fiji has benefited a lot. While many host cities have withdrawn due to the pandemic, you have remained steadfast and committed to the agreement and the memorandum of understanding we signed back in 2019. For this, we are very, very grateful for your courage and for your perseverance. We wouldn't be here today without that support and support you continue to give us. So thank you very, very much for the chef de mission at the Games Village, from everyone in Team Fiji. There's the team here at OITA. There's also the swimmers and their coach in Berkeley City. We are indeed grateful to you and the city of OITA and the people of OITA for keeping us safe and providing the best that you can for our athletes and our officials.
If I can please ask our athletes to present additional gifts to Ms. Leonard and over to Ms. Leonard. proceed.
Toss up, beat the toss.
Thank you, Team Fiji. We're here for another week at least. Athletics means a contest. And can we please show appreciation to the city one more time? Thank you, Nadia, and back to you.
As well as our acknowledgement to the officials of the Oita Prefecture for their partnership in allowing this pre-games training camp to happen for Team Fiji, particularly, as Mrs. Lenore said, in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we do acknowledge the members of our various disciplines, athletics, judo, who's joining us live from their training base, our sailors in the sailing village, our swimmers as well, who are joining us live. In the Oita Prefecture, our table tennis team, and then also our rugby women's and men's teams who are joining us there from Oita. We do apologize again for the disruption in the audio, but we hope that you've enjoyed the vision that's been coming through from our team in Oita, as well as the different training bases around Japan. That concludes the formalities. Again, on behalf of Team Fiji, the officials, and also on behalf of the heads of federations of the disciplines that are participating in this year's Tokyo Games, Olympic Games, we thank you for your time this evening. Again, for our colleagues and our families and friends in Fiji, we recognize that it's also quite late, but we thank you for taking the time to join us this evening. I did say we'll try and bring you the list of the Team Fiji members. This will be available through FASANOC's website, also on their Facebook page. So again, if you want to get more details, you can follow them on their social media channels to see the latest updates from Team Fiji as they prepare themselves to march into camp at the Olympic Village in Tokyo. Again, from all of us, we thank you. We hope that you will have a safe and exciting Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games for our Team Fiji members, and also for our supporters and families back home, that you'll be tracking every competition that Team Fiji is going to be participating in. So from all of us live, our team in Oita, our team in the training bases, our judo, swimming, and sailing team, Mr. Bao and Mr. O'Connor at the Olympic Village in Tokyo, and of course, from myself here at the Tokyo Prince Hotel in Tokyo. Thank you very much for joining us. And in the spirit of Olympism, we say faster, higher, and stronger. God bless us all, and a very good night.